to the GBHA Properties 1 Inc. meeting, which is probably the one meeting that you had pulled out, Terry.
Yeah. Yeah, that
For that.
all I have is 01.
Okay,
So are we making a motion to approve the agenda
yeah, let me just roll call it.
of this meeting?
Terry,
Okay.
Aaron, and Stephen are here. Sandy's excused, and Bill is excused. Yep, if you want to move to the agenda, Terry, that'd be great.
Okay, the agenda, and I obviously have an old one, so I'm not sure.
We just need a motion to approve the agenda.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
motion that.
Do we have a second?
We have Aaron and Steve.
Okay, agenda approved. Regular business. Carol, do you want to?
I'll read it, Terry. Consideration with possible action to approve execution of the documents in connection with GBHA Properties 1, previously discussed RAD transaction to include Omnibus Resolution 20-2301. 2023-01.
Okay.
So I'll probably need a motion to open the floor again.
I'll motion that.
Motion by Aaron, seconded by Steve to open the floor. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, and no.
Floor open.
So the floor is open. So, round 2, GBHA Properties 1 Inc., of course, is a separate entity. And then, I don't know, Paul, if you want to explain this resolution, how it differs, if it does, from the first one?
Sure. Yeah, it's a little less comprehensive because the Properties 1 entity does not become part of the managing member of that new LLC, is not the property manager. So there's less, it's less involved, if you will. But, so Properties 1, as you know, owns the scattered sites. GBHA conveyed scattered sites into Properties 1 in 2022, I believe. And so we're doing a similar structure. Get these scattered sites into that new LLC such that tax credits can be used to help redevelop it. We'll ground lease the scattered sites to the LLC. And we also have 2 loans that are going similar to the loans that we had with GBHA. There's 2 loans. Those will be secured by a mortgage and evidenced by a note. Yeah, I also did include in here the concept of a reference to assuming you get approval. I think you guys talked a while back at a meeting about these sort of 5 sites that got omitted, these kind of 5 parcels.
Yep.
It just clears up that you have, if that gets approved and those get deeded from GBHA to Properties 1, you'll accept that deed, and those would be included in the ground lease as well. Really, that's I would say that's the most important part of the properties concepts. It's really the ground lease, the omitted parcels, also stating that you're approving being part of the RAD transaction, and those sponsor loans. So it's a less involved than what you had to do with GB.
Paul, what happens to GB Properties 1 Inc. once they don't own the properties anymore as an entity?
Well, they still own the land.
So GBHA Properties 1 will own the land under scattered sites, and GBHA will own the land under Mason Manor.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have 2 ground leases.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for asking that. I didn't make that clear. We have 2 separate ground leases.
Okay.
So does that overall describe it? Any questions that I can help?
So will this project be broken out then in, will the GBHA Properties 1 have a portion, once we're done with the project and we need to pay our debt after 15 years or whatever, Is it broken out then as well? GBHA Properties 1 needs to buy back the property, the scattered sites, and then GBHA would buy back Mason Manor? Is everything split then? Or is it all one big pool of money?
No, it's really set up to where GBHA is the entity that would buying, that would be kind of stepping into the shoes after the investor leaves. But, and then you could go and unwind it, right? Because if you did that and GBHA takes over, say, that ground lease, then GBHA would be the tenant, and Properties still owning the land would be the landlord. So, we could again still collapse all that after the 15-year compliance period. But Properties will still, until everything would get collapsed, Properties is still going to own that land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions about this one?
Both of you. Troy, no, I got them all out, thank you.
All right. I guess if there are no other questions, is there a motion to close the floor?
I'll motion it.
Motion by Aaron, seconded by
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Right.
Aye.
All right, motion carried. So, what would you like to do with this?
I
This
would like
agenda?
to make a motion to approve resolutions blah, 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 2023-01.
Okay,
I'll second that.
it was moved by Steve, seconded by Aaron, to approve resolution 2023-01. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? All right, motion carried. All right, I don't think we have an occupancy report?
Yep.
For this?
Do you want to excuse your friends?
Yeah, Ted and Paul and Jordan and Trent and Caitlin, thank you very much for being at the meeting. You certainly don't have to stay for our occupancy report.
Unless you want to.
So we'll have
You
more
feel
questions,
inclined.
and, yep, we'll get these resolutions, I'll execute these resolutions and get them out like right away after the meeting.
All right, thank you so much, Cheryl. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, Jamie, our occupancy report for scattered sites.
Casey, you should do this, yeah. So this is our occupancy report for scattered sites. We have 2 properties. And we are just flying through applications, trying to get these units occupied.
So we have 2 vacancies.
Yes.
Okay,
right now.
2
One-
units.
2 units that are vacant.
Yep.
One's like ready to go, but we just don't have qualifying eligible.
Oh, really? We have a list, we have a big list, we just don't have tenants that are meeting our,
Approximately how many applications have you gone through for 2021?
Like probably 20, and I've denied at least like 6 or 7 for
Wow.
wow.
just, they're just unsuitable.
What's our waiting list right now for scattered sites, generally speaking? How many do we have on waiting list?
These are specifically both 3-bedroom units, so we are really going through it, so I don't.
There's like 60 right now.
60,
I just
wow.
mailed out 60 applications, so there's
Okay,
probably even more than 60 on just the 3-bedroom wait
yeah,
list.
okay, wow. It's a lot.
And I know, just speaking with Casey, that we have to send out a separate application to get the rental history because ICS manages our waiting list.
Yep,
And people just do not return any information.
wow.
So we'll give them like 2
Or
weeks.
they may not have updated ICS, but they're updated, because I'm finding it.
With their
that-
address.
Yeah,
phone
I'm
number and
finding
stuff.
that they've moved and they didn't tell ICS, so I'm mailing it to their old address, or maybe they recently moved and didn't tell ICS. And then a lot of them are just like, oh, I can't move right now. Or I can't pay the security deposit.
I don't want to move to the west side.
Or I don't want a west side, I don't want an east side, or, so we are changing the policy on just giving them two chances, and after the second declined offer, then they're gonna have to reapply. Because it's not fair to everyone else that's been waiting, because we have to go by the date they applied. So
Not
then
their
there's
problem.
people,
Or you guys should do is, if they turn that unit down, then they should have to reapply.
So we're
You know what I
getting-
mean?
Yep. We're actually being lenient, because,
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, it's honestly not their fault. It's either they just signed a new lease or they just can't
That's
move
true.
yet, so we're just giving them that, like,
That's
okay,
true.
benefit of the doubt. But then the second time, if you
Right.
are declining by now, okay, then if you don't really need it, then you'd have to reapply.
Makes sense.
Cool. That's it for occupancy report. That's all we've got, Terry.
All right. So,
I'll make a motion.
did we have a motion to adjourn?
Steve made a motion to
I'll
adjourn.
second
Aaron seconded
And
it.
second?
Second by Aaron.
All right, meeting is adjourned.
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks,
Oh,
Terry.
yeah, recording stopped.
Thanks, Terry.